The Dark One is waking. But there will be one who can stand against him. And it's one of the five of you.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. As you can see in the title, this is my review of episodes 1 to 3 of the Wheel of Time series on Prime Video. I will be having episode reviews. It's just first 3 episodes came out on Friday, so I'm just going to review all of them. Sorry this is coming out late. I didn't have time to do anything yesterday. So, my review. I'll do overall and then a review of 1, 2, and 3. Overall, I quite enjoyed this. It is pretty as close as it can be accurate to Wheel of Time, to Eye of the World, and overall the sets look amazing, which I had in my wish list. They real sets, and you can tell it's real sets and real visuals like the mountains and trees and landscapes, I guess. The actors are quite good. They're not quite good. They're actually really good. Really good. Matt is, I think he's very comedic, and he's the one who makes me laugh the most. Perrin, who's, just like in the books, he's quiet and he's conservative, in that way that he just quiet and he still has emotions, but he's inside. Lan, same thing with him. He still has emotions, but yet he keeps them inside. But you can tell he wants to protect everyone. Moiraine, same thing. Rand, he really reminds me of Hayden Christensen, who plays Anakin Skywalker, and I've been hearing that a lot lately. A lot of people, when watching people's reviews, they really compare him to Anakin. Hayden Christensen. I don't know how to pronounce his name. And you could really see that in Rand's presence and his attitude towards Moiraine, how he's not going to be told what to do, he's going to choose what to do. So yeah, anything else to say before I go to each review? They did have a lot of my wish list things. They had they had good chemistry, which is one thing I had on my wish list. They had the sets. You can tell they have actually practical effects. Some of the visual effects or CGI don't look amazing. Some of the weaving or the one power does look a bit wonky, and so does, like, there's one scene where Moiraine literally put Trolloc to dust, and it looked very wonky. Like it looked like a cartoon, kind of the way like the one power hit the Trolloc. It looked kind of wonky, and that kind of took me out of the show. I guess that brings me into the first episode. That was in the first episode and really took me out of the show. It was like, that kind of doesn't look real. But yeah. And going into for episode 1 review, it did have what I wanted. I wanted a full episode in Emond's Field. And the reason I said that, and I didn't say this in my wish list, is because we spend almost 150 pages of the book, of 600, in Emond's Field. So that's 1/4 of the book. Pretty much, little less than 1/4 of the book in Emond's Field. So if we're not spending at least at 1 episode in Emond's Field, then what's it's not gonna be, first of all, well adapted, and second of all, Emond's Field's not gonna feel like home, because you really want to be inside the characters' heads when watching a show like this. A few changes they made was Perrin actually has a wife, which I didn't mind that change. That much, but it does make it wonky in the later episodes when and in Eye of the World, when Egwene and Perrin kind of had this relationship. It does make it a little you just killed your wife and now you're going to another girl. So I'm just okay. But I'm just gonna focus on episode 1. Perrin has a wife. I'm fine with that. Matt, I loved this change, and I don't remember if this is in the book, because I don't think it was. But his parents are kind of his mom is sick, I think, and his dad is they're divorced, or I don't know if they're divorced, but he's off with others. And he has to take care of his siblings, his younger siblings. And I love this change because you get to see this sense of caring, because he steals from other people, like his friends, and from Padan Fain. But you see why he does it. He's not just a thief. He commits theft for to care for his siblings so they can live, and for his mom to live, and for himself. So I like the change of him actually having siblings and caring for them. Another thing I noticed was that in Eye of the World, the book, we see that we never actually see Winter's Night and the whole battle at Winter's Night. We never see any of that. We're in Rand's perspective, and we see like him caring for his father after that Trolloc hit him, and then Rand bringing Tam back to the main buildings, I guess, and then it's all over. So I loved how we get to see what it actually looks like, because we don't even get it described on paper in the book. So it's really interesting to see that new kind of perspective. It also seems like Rand is not really the main character as he is in the book. I think one of the more main characters would be like Egwene or Moiraine. Moiraine would be a big one. I guess they made that change, and I don't know if that's for the better or worse. I think I just have to keep watching more of the episode and see if I like it more. But I think they will have to make it more of him in the second, when they adapt the second book, because he is a big part in the second book, and later actually in the first book, in the first season / book. Anyway, anything else I need to add? Lan and Maureen's chemistry and in syncness when they're fighting is actually very well done, and I really enjoyed seeing them fight, and their just in syncness was very fun to watch. What else do I have to say about the first episode? Yeah, okay, this was a big thing that I see people saying a lot, and it was a big problem for me because the episode ended with them leaving. Rand, Egwene, Moiraine, Lan, Perrin, Mat, and that's it. And the episode ended with them leaving, okay? But like they see the Trollocs coming down, and I have two problems with this. They see the Trollocs coming down, and I guess the audience is just supposed to assume that the Trollocs are just gonna go around the village and just go straight to them, and not. I guess that's what the show wants you to think. Just the Trollocs are just gonna go around and they're gonna go. Because I think in the book it was explained that there's dark friends as like spies or people watching out. So when those dark friends saw that they were leaving, they just told the Trollocs to go around. But I was just like, aren't they like in the show? You don't get the explanation, so I was kind of confused. I was just like, are the Trollocs just gonna not kill anyone when they're going through, or are they just gonna? Are they gonna actually like go through the village and kill a bunch of people? I was really confused about that. My second thing about that whole scene was the willingness that they went, cause the Maureen's speech about Manetheren, I think, in episode 2, episode 2, her speech about that was before they left, and she was convincing everyone to leave, convincing the six of them to leave. I was just very confused how willing they were to go. Like, yeah, okay, oh sure, the Trollocs are coming and they're coming after us. That's all fine. But like aren't the Trollocs gonna go through the village, so they need them to help? Or like they're just so willing to go, and they didn't even know where they're going. Like they don't even know where they are headed. They just want to believe, or I guess you're just supposed to assume that they're believing this Aes Sedai, who even in Emond's Field, they're depicted in a bad light. So I was just, that's one of my main problems of episode 1, how willing they were to leave the village. So I guess let's go on to episode 2. Episode 2 review. This is going to be a long video. Oh my god, I just realized that. Episode 2 review. This is the episode where they leave. I think they have that speech about Manetheren. And then they go to Shadar Logoth, and then that black kind of dust goes, and then they get split up at the very end of the episode. Okay, so let's go piece by piece here. I guess I'll just jump over. So if you haven't watched the second episode, obviously spoilers. I should have said that for the first episode, but if you're listening to my review, I'm probably gonna spoil some things. And yeah, so I'll just start at the very end, actually. The black dust that was splitting them up, all the characters up, what did feel a little, not the opposite of a coincidence. Very it felt very helpful kind of to the plot actually. Like it was just like, okay, there's this awesome. There's this like black dust splitting these characters up, and and the black dust was splitting Egwene, Perrin, Rand, and Mat. And I was just thinking, the jump is probably 4 to 5 feet. I think Mat and Rand can jump that. It just seemed too easy, just too easy of a split. Like, I don't remember how. No, in the book, they were split up by Trollocs. I thought that would have been a better representation or a better way to split the characters up. It just, the black dust kind of thing just seemed too easy of a split up, I guess. But that's just my opinion. So I don't remember. Is that how the episode? No, I don't think that's how the episode ends. I don't really remember. That's why I did all three, because I don't remember if that's how the episode ends. But Moiraine is kind of I don't remember in the book if she is this like ill. I don't. Maybe she is. I don't know. But yeah. So Lan is taken care of. No, sorry. The episode ends with Lan and Moiraine getting out of the town, and Nynaeve putting a throat to Lan's neck. So yeah. So that's the way the episode ends, and I like how they brought Nynaeve back in, because I think they do that the same way actually in the book. So I really enjoyed this. Was probably my favorite part in the book, actually, them splitting up. So I guess I'll just go into episode. Oh no, I'll keep going on episode 2 because I want to talk about the knife. Very good portrayal of Mat getting the knife and his exploration, and I think episode 3. I'll go slide into episode 3. We haven't got really a sense that he's that Mat is under the influence, not of drugs but of the knife. Not yet. I guess I'll slide back into episode 2. Is it? Yeah, to episode 2, because that scene, I just want to talk about this quickly. The scene about all of them having the dream about the bats, and then the should I spoil this? The bad guy, the guy with the glowing eyes, him in their dreams. I thought that was one of the not scariest, but horrifying and disgusting scenes I've literally ever seen on film. That is literally just, oh my god. Like, Rand taking out of his mouth was actually, is the actor Josh? I don't know how to pronounce his name, but the actor, did he actually have something in his mouth? Because that was disgusting. I was literally almost gagging just looking at that. It was so disgusting. Oh my god. I guess I'll slide back into episode. Yeah, I'm already in episode 2. I'll talk about the White Cloaks actually quickly. I'm just thinking of things because I don't have any notes down. So the White Cloaks, quickly, they are very disturbing. The scene with the head guy watching the Aes Sedai burn alive is horrifying and just so uncomfortable. Like, if I walked up to them, I would be a little scared, but I'd just be more uncomfortable. They're just so close in your face, and whenever they're on the screen, I just want to take a step back and just look away for a second. They're just so, because there's a difference between like looking at Trollocs, which truly make you horrified, and the White Cloaks that just look like I feel uncomfortable looking at them and watching them act. The guy watching the Aes Sedai burn for alive I'm so glad they didn't have that on the episode. I'm so glad that we didn't have to see that, because the glee in his face is just, why? It's just so, why? And you get really angry too at the White Cloaks too. How he was so close to Moiraine when the crew was the Fellowship, to say it was Palish going through the White Cloaks kind of area, was so like, are they gonna get caught? Like that was probably one of the most uncomfortable scenes to me. So yeah, let's slide into episode 3, which is where they actually split up. Perrin is with Egwene. Rand is with Mat, and Nynaeve, Moiraine, and Lan are together. I would say Moiraine Moraine, Lan, and Nynaeve was my least favorite part of the episode. I just felt this part was boring, and it's probably because they were like sick, or Maureen was sick, so there's nothing really happening. So I was just really bored kind of watching them. It was really cool seeing Lan fight Nynaeve, but I was just like, cool, Lan is obviously gonna win because he's the better swordsman, but Nynaeve can give it a try. My favorite was probably Rand and Mat. Their chemistry between each other, I'm so sad the actor of Mat is leaving the show. The chemistry between Rand and Mat in this, the actors, and just the way they act towards each other together is just so lovely to see. It's just, you can really see, you can imagine them being best friends since they're children. So yeah, I'll skip over quickly to Perrin and Egwene. Like I said before, like 10 minutes ago, it's kind of awkward seeing little relationship happening between Perrin and Egwene, especially after Perrin just killed his own wife. But it's not really that close yet. So yeah, they eventually, there's little hints of wolves following him, of Perrin, and it's not really the best. Like, I don't think it's the best portrayal yet of I'm not going to spoil anything, but the wolves do have a significance. I think that's obvious to anyone, but it's just like not. I guess if I didn't read the book, honestly, I think I'd feel like I don't really care about the wolves. They're just random animals, but you're supposed to care about them because they do have a significance. So that's not the best thing too. So yeah, like I said, Perrin and Gwen is probably in the middle between the three groups that are happening. They eventually do meet the Tinkers, which are if you watch my review of the first book of Wheel of Time, you know that I really enjoyed seeing the Tinkers and how they're looking for the song. And you get a hint of that. The Tinkers go up to them and say, "Have you found the song?" And it's lovely to see, because they're just a bunch of campers to say. They're a bunch of hitchhikers to say. They're not hitchhikers. They're just so lovely, and they take in Perrin and Egwene, and just really cool to see. And yeah, so that's pretty much what happens. In the third episode is probably like the one that is just like a break. Take a break. That's it. I guess, actually, no, I just lied. Mat Rand's actually is the most exciting and action-packed of the three groups. I find Moraine's group is boring. They don't do anything. Perrin and Egwene's group is just cool. They meet the Tinkers, and wolves are coming at them, but don't really care about them. And Rand and Mat is the most exciting of third episode. I think they also get the most screen time, I think. So yeah, the chemistry is very good. The jokes, the comedian that Mat is just hilarious to see. And none of the jokes take me out of the show. They eventually do come to, I don't know what the town's name is, but they do meet one of my favorite characters, Thom Merrilin. He is amazing. I love Thom Merrilin. And I watched Daniel Green's review, so this is from him, and I 100% agree with this. And I actually wouldn't have thought of this until he said it, and I was like, yeah, I do agree with that. So he said that this is a better introduction to Thom Merrilin. And I 100% agree with that. He said that there's too many characters in the first episode to learn about, just another one you wouldn't have cared about, Thom Merrilin. And I agree, this is a very good introduction to Thom Merrilin. How they go into this pub, I guess you could say, and he has an amazing ballad or song that he sings, and I was honestly never bored when he was singing the song. You can't be bored. It's such a wonderful song, and I actually don't mind the change between, was it harp and guitar? I think the guitar actually fits with him. Thom Merrilin, the actor is just very well portraying Thom Merrilin that he is in the book, and just the instant chemistry that Thom Merrilin and Mat have is just wonderful to see. So yeah, I think I'll just there's a lot more to say, and that's why I want to do individual episodes of individual episode reviews, and that's why I'll be doing more individual episodes after this. This is just a lot of review of the first 3. So there is a lot more to say, but I will just cut it off here. So yeah, thanks for listening. See you next time.